Right. How's the camera looking for power? Not great. Oh. Right, so I'm not sure how long the video is going to last, but I'll try and make my point anyway. Riding while angry. Now, let me tell you something about that. It's a bad idea. You shouldn't ride while angry, while emotional, while hyped up on coffee, while tired. I suppose the majority of us have done it at some point or other, including you. And if you're a seasoned biker, if you're a newbie, relatively new, there's going to be a point where you can look back and think, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have been riding in that state of mind. And half the time you'd be correct. Now, I'm not going to go full elitist and all that sort of stuff and say, if you ever ride like this, you shouldn't be riding, la 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 la, because it's just... To remove someone's right to ride because of something silly is cruel in my eyes. Now, there are a few situations and occasions I can think of where if you're constantly crossing lines and you're trying to ride like a bloody racetrack rider on public roads, then maybe check your priorities as to how you ride your motorcycle. You can ride however you like, but do it safely at the very least. If not for your own safety, then for the safety of others. And at the very worst, you're going to inconvenience yourself, hurt yourself, kill yourself, and of course someone else, if they're involved, has got to live with that. Say for example, if you go on the wrong side of the road, have a head-on collision, some poor sod's then got to think, wow, for the rest of my life I'll always think back to that one time that biker came to my side of the road and I had a head-on collision with him and he nearly died. Or did die. Think about that before you ride like a buck. But that's the serious point aside anyway. Go from serious to ickle sheepies and the lambs and the so obviously ride however you want to ride. I'm not your tutor, I'm not your teacher. You do as you must, really, do as you will. However, just ride safe, ride careful, be the best rider you can always. And we're always learning, we're always striving to do one better, so let's do that. Now, there have been a few occasions where I myself have had a bad day at work, and unfortunately I didn't get it on film, but as I was approaching a roundabout, I was looking to my right, I wasn't looking in front of me. I was fine in the lane, fine on the roundabout, and I thought, I've got enough time to get on that roundabout before this guy pulls out. Unfortunately, they were doing a little bit of speed coming onto the roundabout, maybe 20 mile an hour, which is a decent speed. I myself were doing 20 mile an hour, so I managed to get on the roundabout with plenty of time. But they still decided to beat me because, you know, when someone pulls out in front of you, pulls out in front of you with enough space, from my point of view, there was enough space. I didn't see the ambulance coming from the left. Can you imagine how quickly you re-evaluate your riding style? Oh, nice house. How quick you re-evaluate, rethink your riding when stuff like that happens. I mean, I jumped the roundabout for the sake of getting home a moment early at best. In that I inconvenienced someone who was already on the roundabout. Yeah, they had enough time to, well, they didn't even need to slow down, but hey, there was enough space for me to get past. But while doing that, while looking over there and thinking I can make that, boosh, oh, there's an ambulance. Well, with its lights on as well. So yeah, I'll happily throw my hand up there and say, you know what, I was an idiot. I was in the right state of mind to be riding at that point, and well, I'm sorry for the inconvenience I caused. And I doubt that the NHS staff are going to be watching this that are in that ambulance. I doubt the driver of that car is going to be watching this, but hey, you know, I'm sorry. It was a momentary madness, and I think when we can all sort of look back on things and we can say, right, I screwed up here, let's see what happened. Now, I'm going to plug MC Rider again because he gives a few tips on riding and such, and there's one or two videos I've seen from him where he says, okay, well, this is what's happened, so let's re-evaluate the footage which someone submitted, and then we can see the cause and effect of a near miss and or an accident. And a lot of the time, you know, he goes into so much detail about it, and it's amazing. So if you want any more riding tips, MC Rider, brilliant lad. And also another shout out, I wanted to do this so long ago, but this was before my hard drive got corrupted and I lost all that footage, and I actually forgot that the video which I made involved this chap. Now, Trip on Two Wheels has been making some videos recently with Vulcan S. He's a very likeable character, he's got a lovely personality. So if you are in need of finding more people to watch on YouTube, that's apart from myself, Cockney, Sinbad, your Strongbow, oh, so many others, that's just to name a few. I'm sorry if I've missed you out. Rhythmic Biker as well, let's throw him in there as well. Not a Vulcan rider, but hopefully maybe one day soon, maybe not, but we'll see. Yeah, so if you need another biker to follow, to check out, Trip has some amazing little tips, some amazing little tidbits to keep you entertained, to keep you busy, and obviously to think about as well. So enjoy the content, guys, enjoy it. And Trip, I'm sorry it's taken so long to get this shout out there. I would admit I'm very much behind on all the YouTuber stuff as well. I've got my own stuff in the gear. Unfortunately, I have been painting models recently, which has been amazingly fun. So, I'm going to babble on for the next however long, and if the camera lasts, fantastic. If the camera doesn't, then, well, I've kind of made my point already. But when you are angry, you make very silly decisions. Sometimes you make better decisions, but ultimately, you will make more silly decisions than you will good decisions. And let me tell you, there is nothing quite like the feeling of doing something silly and realizing that you have done so the moment you do it, such as pulling out in front of a vehicle, trying to overtake someone, especially on a bend or a blind spot. There's just so many factors in there, so many potential things that can happen. Like this, for example, you've got two cyclists just like taking up the entire bloody road. I'd be tempted to overtake them, but would that be a good idea? Maybe, maybe not. Alright, would you do it pissed off, for example? If you're angry, you're more inclined to be impatient, and that can lead to silly decision making. Now this is where music can come into it as well. Now if you listen to music while riding, then you know that's your own thing, that's cool. I personally don't, because I want to know, I want to hear, I want to see everything that's going on around me. I ride pretty much paranoid in some cases, which I know is not exactly a healthy thing to do, but it keeps you aware, it keeps you like your surroundings, your situational awareness, your observation just goes through the bloody roof, and you're in the mindset of what's going on there, why are they moving, what's going on. Can't stress that enough. Have fun with it, because when it's almost like gambling for a start, you know. If the fun stops, stop. If you're riding and you're angry, try not to. If you're not in a good physical position, like maybe you've hurt your leg or whatever, I mean, it's up to you if you want to or not, but personally I would say maybe give it a rest. Maybe don't go out for the next hour. Do something to calm yourself down. Do something to, you know, sort out that muscle pain, that ache or something. Stretch your legs, all that kind of jazz. Help yourself, because the last thing we want to see is another story of someone being taken off their bike, not necessarily by their own fault, but these things do happen. And the less stories we see about people hurting themselves or being killed because of something they've did, or something which has gone extremely wrong, a freak accident if you would, then yes, I would love to see less stories about people dying on their bikes. Now I will admit, I don't see many of them, but even then, one or two is still too many, isn't it? So anyway, have yourselves a good one, enjoy. I keep ending videos on these really bad subjects, don't I? Wow. I'm sorry. I'm just really sorry. I'm trying here, you know. I'm trying to be entertaining. But you keep going back, so thank you very much for that. I don't take your views for granted, by the way. I don't take your subscription for granted. I'm not going to ask for it, but you know, I thank you for coming here, for checking it all out, for seeing what I do in my little corner of the internet here on my Ickle Jelly Bean. And we have fun, we do. We love it. I've got no plans to stop anytime soon, so if you like the content, feel free to come back and go through the other videos which I've done. And we'll see you in the next video, or one of the previous videos. I'll see you, well, I won't see you, but you'll see me, and that's good, I guess, because I'm socially awkward as all hell.